Some religions talk about soul. What is Swami's view on soul?
So what soul you are looking for? The soul of the shoe or some other soul?
Some other soul, Swami, like some religion, I think like Christian religion, they say that the soul is eternal, human being have a soul. This is the soul that I was asking about.
So what is your doubt?
My doubt is that because I was raised in Buddhism and they don't talk about soul. And then
what they talk about?
They talk about anatta, non-self.
Only about anatta.
Anatta and nirvana, enlightenment.
Who will become enlightened?
The consciousness.
So that is the difference. The soul is just a belief. They believe that there is something within them that is residing in the body and that will leave at the time of death. But where it will live when they believe that there is only one life? So maybe their idea is a kind of, it's a borrowed idea from Eastern religions, which is based on experience. When you say that soul was leaving the body and it can be seen, or some experiment can be done that it had some weight, so once the soul left, your weight will be reduced. Or it can be seen, then your soul is also material. So it is just an imagination, it has nothing to do with reality. You should not base your search on something which is just imagination. It is not based at all on experience. Whether you feel much or less, but everyone can at least feel that I exist. When you say I am or I exist, it is because of the consciousness. So a authentic religion can be based only on consciousness. One of the words for that is in Hindi or Sanskrit is hosh. Hosh means awareness. Hosh means alertness. It means consciousness. So if you want to liberate yourself, if you want to be free from the dark night of the soul. What is dark night of the soul? Soul is wrong word here, but dark night. Dark night is inner darkness. Absence of inner light. How can you can be out of that darkness? By lighting the inner light. The light is already there, but it is clouded. Clouded by your desires, by your greed, by your anger, by your lust, by all kind of lower instinct which is pulling you down. So even that which is present, you are not able to feel it. In Hindi there is a word as ehsas. You are not able to feel it. It's there. It's like the sun is there, but it is enshrouded. It is hidden by dark cloud. dark cloud of your desires. So, you may be your light, your lamp may be full of dust, but even the small light which is coming out of that dust on the glass of the lamp, if you are able to feel little bit of it, you have to increase that. You have to start cleaning the glass of the lamp. And how you can clean you? The cleaning can happen only the more conscious you will become, the less you will be running outside. Why we are all the time running outside? Because all our sense organs open outside. You see something, someone beautiful or some beautiful movie or beautiful scenery, beautiful mountain, and then you are lost. You hear some music and then you are drowned. Your consciousness is drowned in that. You are running outside. You taste something tasty and you think everything is outside. But if consciousness is not present, then you can neither experience any music, nor you can see anything beautiful, nor you can taste anything. You may have the taste bud, but if the consciousness is not there, nothing can be experienced, nothing can be known, nothing can be imagined, nothing can be thought, nothing can be felt. So for everything, for your body-mind mechanism to function well, the presence of consciousness is absolutely essential. So the most valuable thing within you is this consciousness. You cannot even say I am without the presence of this consciousness. So if you are a sane person, then you will try to establish yourself in this consciousness instead of running outside. When you run outside, you can get some pleasure, but it is all momentary, it is all temporary. But when you are established in the consciousness, then you can make even all your sense organ more sharper. Because if you are all the time using it, it becomes tired. When the master is within you, master is in, then you will decide, the master will decide when to use sense organ, when to give it rest. So if you want to know yourself, if you want to live a significant life, a meaningful life, if you want to have silence, peace, joy, ecstasy, for everything, you will have to know yourself. And knowing yourself means being conscious. Because you are this consciousness. Whether you know it or not, you are this consciousness. Because without being conscious, you cannot even say I am. Who will say? Even the dead body, you can see everything is there, but consciousness has left it. Consciousness cannot function anymore in this body. Then it cannot experience anything. It cannot know anything. It cannot feel anything. It cannot even claim I am. You say I, and you are immediately identified with this body-mind mechanism. But without the presence of this consciousness, who will say I? Like I have always been saying, Descartes, a Western mathematician and philosopher, he says, cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am. prior to thinking, before you think, you must be there. Existence is prior to everything. And this existence means consciousness. Without being conscious, you cannot claim that you are. So our Eastern religions, they are based on experience. They went inside. They realized that if you want to know yourself, it is very, it is based on common sense. If you want to know yourself, you have to go in. If you are running, if you are going outside, how you will know yourself? You are inside. If there is something, it has to be within you. If you exist, it has to be within you. So you have to stop going outside. You have to stop. You have to close all your sense organ from going out. You have to become totally silent, like a lake without a ripple. Only then things will be reflected well. You have to find the lost diamond, which is the diamond is lost in the mud. And once you have found the diamond, just clean it. Clean it with water and soap or whatever, and the diamond will be sparkling. So you have to find that consciousness which is hidden by clouds of desire. That is why it is said that don't go on desiring. Otherwise there is nothing wrong in desire. Desire creates ripple within you. If you want to know yourself, this understanding has to be there. If you are desiring that, you are always going out. So if you want to be enlightened, even you have to drop this desire to be enlightened. But that is the last thing. First you have to drop other desire. It's not that if you need money, then you have to not make effort. But this has to be clear that this is only something which is of the surface. You are earning money. You are doing a job just to maintain this body-mind mechanism, just to survive. But only survival cannot be the ultimate thing. That is what is meant when Jesus said, a man cannot exist only on bread. Man cannot live only on bread. And man cannot live even without bread. But that is only for survival. Once you have taken care of your survival, then if you are a human being, then you have to find yourself. If you have not even known who you are, then all your knowledge is bogus, all your knowledge is meaningless. If you are ignorant, if there is darkness within you, then only out of that inner darkness you will spread darkness outside. If you are miserable, if you are in suffering, you will spread that misery and suffering. That kind of vibration will come out of you. So that's why it is said, physician, heal thyself first. Before you start helping others, before you start doing any social service, first serve yourself. First know yourself. That is what is meant when Socrates said, know thyself first. That is the first thing. That should have been taught in every school and colleges. One should know this knack, this art, this science of switching off all desire whenever it is needed. And then you will know what you need. Need should be taken care, but your greed cannot be taken care. Once you have known yourself, then it will be very natural. You will like to help others to know themselves. Because that is the real social service or real service. Otherwise, everything else is just superficial. If you have donated money to poor people, then how long it will last? But when you don't donate money like Christian missionaries, they donate. They have other design, they have other motive. They are not helping anyone without any motive. They want to convert people into Christianity. So then it is all polluted and you have not helped anyone. It is just you are on a ego trip. So there is no soul inside. It is all bogus. That's why Buddha even rejected self. He said that there is no self inside you. Because when you believe in some self, it becomes ego. There is nothing permanent in you. It is like the waves or the stream of current of water. Nothing stays. Even the consciousness is not something like you can hold it in your hand. Anything which is formless, which has no name, you have given the name. It is not something material. It is like the candle you lit in the night. The light goes on replacing the earlier one. It is in the same series, the light, but it is changing. New light is arising all the time. So your consciousness depends on food. If you stop eating food, consciousness will leave this body. That's why Hindus, sages have said, Annam Brahm, food is God. This food is converted into consciousness in your body. But otherwise the consciousness is there in unmanifest form or in less evolved form in everything, whether it is in animal or in plants. The consciousness is there, but only in human being it has reached to such a state where they can know themselves. Animals can know the objective world, but they cannot know the subject, they cannot know themselves. So when Buddha says anatta, he is saying that there is nothing permanent soul-like thing within you. It is stream of consciousness. It is river-like. That is what Heraclitus said, that you cannot enter into the same river twice. And Osho has improved it, that you cannot even enter into the same river once, because once you start putting your one leg inside, the water is moving. You cannot meet the same water again. It goes on and changing. So it is better that you have not a fixed consciousness. Otherwise it will start rotting. It will become dead. It's renewing itself. It is refreshing itself. The refresh button is always there. You can refresh it. That's why it remains fresh always. It is eternal but ever new. Always new. Is everything clear or not?
Super clear, Swami. Beyond excellent, Swami.
So it just happened when it has to happen, when everything is inside is right and the other person is receptive. Then it will be whatever you will say will be more closer, because in words you cannot transfer truth, but it can be an indication. So your question is finished or anything more?
For this question is finished.
Okay.